Alright guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I absolutely love about my 4-valve swap Mustang. But before we get into today's video, I want to remind you guys to hit that like button. It really does help my videos to get in the front of more car enthusiasts just like yourself. And if you find yourself enjoying this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell right next to it so you guys don't miss an upload. So let's get into today's video. Alright guys, so first thing on my list today is definitely going to be aftermarket support. I know this can be a very touchy topic, especially with car enthusiasts, because sometimes you fall in love with a car before finding out that no one makes an aftermarket intake manifold or exhaust for it, and you got to do all this fab work yourself. But definitely the aftermarket scene for these cars is just tremendous. There's numerous sites that you can go on to get intake manifolds, exhaust, drag shafts, rebuilt transmissions, rebuilt motors. So because these bodies or this style of Mustang is so readily available, there is a massive aftermarket support with this platform. And I believe this platform is the New Edge platform from 99 to 04, but the chassis itself is from 90, I think it was 94 to 04. So they built these for about 10 years. And right around 99 they changed the front end on it. But the aftermarket support on these cars is just ridiculous. You can find just about every bolt, nut, seats, rims, anything you're looking for, you can find for these cars. And that is definitely an added plus when you're getting into a build or getting into modifying your car and making it your own. So aftermarket support is absolutely amazing on these things, and definitely one of the reasons why I continue to go after Mustangs and American Muscle, because the parts are just so readily available. Alright, for number 2 on my list, I know this one is something that not a lot of people look up before they actually end up buying a vehicle or getting into a new build, but the forums. You want to do a quick Google search and find out how many people have these cars, how many people have done certain things to these cars, so that the steps of you doing it is going to become just massively easier, because you have a community of people that have already done these things that you're going to do to your car 10s, 20s, 30s. It's just an unlimited amount of number of times that people have done modifications to these cars. Whether it's like mine, where it's strictly a drift build and it's gutted interior, it's just an engine, a transmission, and a rear end, and a friggin' seating on the inside, or you have these super immaculate wide body, drop low, built motor, supercharged, turbocharged, no matter what it is, you can find it on the forum for these things. And that's definitely a key factor in buying what we would call a car enthusiast build, which means you're gonna buy one of these cars and make it your own, and you need help. So no matter if you're a master fabricator, you just want to make things easy on yourself by knowing that there have been so many people before time that have done the exact same thing that you're setting out to do today, and that makes it even easier for you to go ahead and do it, because they can tell you the tips and tricks and the best way to go ahead and actually just make sure that the build comes out clean, or make sure that it's just 10 times easier for you to do. So yes, forums, community, and knowing what you're doing when it comes to actually putting the car together, those forums are definitely a key factor of information. Alrighty, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is number 3 on my list of things that I absolutely love about this car, is definitely going to be this rear end. The Ford 8.8, definitely not one of the more renowned rear ends that you hear people talking about. They always talk about that 9-inch because it's so good, it's so strong. Even Japanese built vehicles use the Ford 9-inch, but this 8.8 can take an absolute beating when it comes to drifting, when it comes to burnouts, when it comes to anything that you really can throw at it. People have made well over 1,000 horsepower on these rear ends, and it has held up to it perfectly. Personally, my rear end, I put a set of 410 gears in it, so you know, that makes the car a whole lot more fun to drive, because the motor can stay up in the RPM range and it can stay in its power band, and that just makes for a much better drive. I also have my diff welded because, like I said, it's a drift vehicle, so I wanted to make sure that those two tires were full locked at all the time. I don't want a posi because sometimes it'll unlock one tire or make one spin faster than the next. I wanted the two of them to spin equal time to give you that smooth motion that you guys see in a lot of drift videos, that actually comes from the two tires spinning at the same speed. But definitely this Ford 8.8 rear end is one of my favorite things about this car. Alright, so number 4 on the list, definitely my absolutely most favorite part of this vehicle, and that is the all aluminum 4.6 liter dual overhead cam 1994 Lincoln Mark 8 motor. Now this is the Gen 1, as you can see from the intake manifold, and this is the Gen 1 fuel rail, and a lot of guys have had issues with trying to get it in the vehicle. All I had to do was just persuade the firewall back a bit and it slid right in. Only thing I have to get done to this thing now is in tune, but I absolutely love this motor. It sounds phenomenal. It runs beautifully, and I just have nothing but good things to say about this dual overhead cam motor. I really do feel like this is the motor that a lot of GT owners should have gotten, and the Cobra should have gotten some other platform, because this motor is just that good. But yeah, this definitely is my favorite part about this vehicle. I swapped it in myself. I did just basically everything on this car except from the exhaust myself, and I have all of the videos on my channel, so if you guys want to check it out, there's a playlist that you can watch that has every video in it, from the time that I got this car as a rolling chassis straight up until me driving it and drifting it and burning out. So definitely my most favorite part about this vehicle is this dual overhead cam all aluminum 4.6 liter V8. Alright, and now last but not least, definitely another one of my favorites when it comes to this vehicle here, which is number 5 on our list, the ease of actually working on this platform. I cannot stress it enough. Even after doing a motor swap on an engine that's not supposed to be in this vehicle, there's almost nothing that you can't put your mind to and figure out, like, oh, it's pretty simple, that's pretty simple. You know, like changing a fuel pump, dropping a tank, changing out your drive shaft, transmission, even if it's the engine, oil, spark plugs, coils, everything is just so simple, so easy, and it definitely is so gratifying when you can do these things yourself, because you can actually say at the end of the day, you can puff your chest out and say, well, I built this. It might not look as nice, drive as nice as the car that you bought, but I built this one. You know, this is my baby. So you can definitely rest easy knowing that I don't see any job that you would have to do on this platform that you would actually have to take your car to a mechanic to. And I don't have any mechanic background. I've just been doing car videos on YouTube for the past few years, so that's all of the experience I have working on cars, and I do it flawlessly. And definitely my car's not running 100% to say that I've done it flawlessly, but that's just because of tuning. So I have to get this thing tuned, like I said earlier in the video. But from changing tires, or like I said, changing a fuel pump, spark plugs, coils, engine, transmission. I've done a transmission job with the motor being in the vehicle. I know a lot of people pull the motor and put it on because they say it's easier. I know a lot of people drop the subframe, but I actually pull my motor out from up top. You can do these things many different ways, and just like I said, we go back to talking about the forums. There is absolutely no job that you will not find a forum page or a forum post about. So yes, number 5 is definitely being able to work on this vehicle yourself. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys for today. If you like today's videos, like I said in the beginning, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell right next to it so you guys don't miss a video. and this fly is fucking with me. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.